Greetings everyone, and welcome to this basic phone and client skills course. Before we begin, please keep in mind that this course is intended for those unfamiliar with Shoretel IP phones and Shoretel Connect client. There is an advanced skills course available in this academy. This training is for informational purposes only. Anything discussed in this session cannot be counted on to be released by a certain date, and Shoretel is under no obligation to deliver any particular feature covered herein. Upon completing this training module, you will be able to recognize common controls and features of Shoretel IP phones, as well as use Shoretel IP phones to perform basic call management. In addition, you will learn how to install and log into Shoretel Connect client, and use the client to perform basic call management, manage your contacts, your groups, as well as manage and join scheduled events. In addition, we will identify phone and client skills that require specific hardware or permissions. Finally, you will be able to complete the certification exam for this course. Our agenda is simple. Lesson 1 is basic phone skills. Lesson 2 is basic Shoretel Connect client skills. In Lesson 1, you will observe how to verify your extension assignment on a Shoretel IP phone and ensure you're logged in, perform common call management tasks with a Shoretel IP phone, manage your voicemail on a phone, as well as manage availability states. While not all Shoretel phones have the same controls, they all have a core set of features. These core phone features include a handset, a dial pad, a voicemail waiting indicator LED, Ethernet switch ports, mute and volume controls, and a set of function keys. Some features are common across all phone models. These common features include a display, line appearance buttons, soft keys, the ability to connect a headset, as well as function keys. Shoretel phones let you conduct calls using a handset and also accommodate headsets. The location of the handset and headset connections depends on the phone model. On some models, such as the IP400 series and IP655 phone models, the headset and handset ports are located on the back of the phone and identified with icons. On other models, the connectors appear on the phone's left side. In these cases, the upper connection is for the handset and the lower connection is for a headset. The takeaway here is that if you can make or take calls but cannot hear anything, make sure that your handset or headset is connected to the appropriate connector on your phone. Your administrator may provide you with a quick reference card with details about your specific phone model. Shoretel IP phones have two Ethernet ports, one for connection to the network and one that can be used optionally to connect your computer to the network through your phone. Regardless of phone model, you can find the network and computer ports on the back of all Shoretel IP phones. Shoretel phones do not get their power from an AC electrical adapter. Instead, they are powered by connecting to a network switch or router that provides power over Ethernet, or PoE. If the network does not have PoE ports, a power injector may be inserted between the phone and the network. Once your phone is properly connected to the network and has power, ensure that it is set up properly and that you're logged into it. You can confirm that you're logged into your phone by checking to see if your name and extension appear on the phone's display. Your Shoretel administrator may have already set up your phone for you, in which case, again, your name and extension number will be appearing on the display. If you see the word available instead of your name and extension, you can either assign your extension yourself or ask your administrator to assign your extension for you. To assign your extension by yourself, you will need your extension number and voicemail password, which your administrator can provide. The specific steps for assigning your extension depend on your phone model. If you see the word assign on the phone screen above a soft key, press that soft key and follow the prompts to enter your voicemail credentials. On other models, you can call into voicemail with your credentials and navigate through the voicemail menus using the following options: 7, followed by 3, followed by 1. This will take you to the section of the voicemail menu where you can assign your extension to the phone. If you don't see any of these options, your phone is not yet configured. You'll need to contact your Shoretel administrator for help. If you know someone's extension or telephone number, simply enter that number on your phone's keypad to dial and call them. After a few seconds, the call will be placed. If you don't want to wait, enter the number, then pick up the handset or press one of your phone's line, speaker, or headset buttons. This will dial automatically. The line appearance LED will light up on any line or lines that are in use, such as when you are receiving, making, or on a call, or in some circumstances, all three. Press the Directory button to access your system directory, where you can look up the person you are calling. This is very helpful when you don't know the telephone number or extension of the person you need to call. Note the search and information functions of the soft keys, such as search by first name or last name, while looking in your directory. Your phone may have a redial or a call history function key. Press redial to dial the last number you called, or press history to review your call history and select a number to call. Now, when your phone receives a call, you can answer the call manually by lifting the handset, pressing one of the soft keys, or by pressing one of the off-hook option buttons, headset and speakerphone. Each call appears on one of your phone's available lines, and the phone's soft key functions change to include answer and 2VM, which sends the call to your voicemail box without answering. You can answer the call by pressing the incoming call's line button, or by pressing the answer soft key. On the 655's touch-sensitive display, all three of these options appear as on-screen buttons instead. When you use a line button or soft key to answer a call, the phone goes off-hook with either the handset, speakerphone, or headset. You can choose which of these you want as your off-hook default through your phone's options menu, or your Shoretel administrator can change it for you. When you route a caller to voicemail with the 2VM soft key, all traces of the call disappear. The soft keys return to their original state, and the line becomes available again. To check your voicemail messages, simply press the voicemail button and enter your voicemail password when prompted. If you're not sure what your voicemail password is, try the default password of 1234. We don't recommend keeping your password as a system default, but you can always give that a try. If it doesn't work and you have no idea what your voicemail password is, you'll need to contact your Shoretel Connect phone system administrator. On most Shoretel phones, pressing the voicemail button places a call to a voicemail server that prompts you to listen to options and use the numeric keypad to navigate through its menus. The Shoretel 655 and 400 series phones, however, provide an alternative visual voicemail interface that displays its prompts on the phone's screen, which you can then navigate with the soft keys. On the top right, we see a traditional voicemail server call. On the bottom right, we see a visual voicemail interface. The first time you use your phone, you may be prompted to change your voicemail greeting, voicemail password, or both. All Shoretel phones include multiple line appearances with corresponding buttons. These line appearances can serve different functions in addition to call use, depending on how you or your administrator chooses to utilize them. While on one call, you can place additional calls by choosing one of your phone's available lines. Your current call will automatically be put on hold. Likewise, if you receive an incoming call while already on a different call, the new call will appear on an available line on screen and by flashing on that line's LED indicator light. If you answer it, your current call will automatically be put on hold. The number of available lines varies with each phone model. The number of concurrent calls you can place or receive is established by your call stack size, which is set up by your Shoretel administrator. For example, if your call stack size is set to 3, you can have up to 3 simultaneous calls, inbound or outbound, even if your phone has 8 available lines. Any additional calls will be routed to your voicemail automatically. In addition, your line buttons can also be programmed for other functionality by your phone administrator. Line buttons can be programmed for a multitude of functionality types, so work with your admin should you have questions about how to use a particular line's programming or to have programming set up. Your phone includes dedicated mid-call function keys that can be used when you are already on a live call. These buttons provide functions such as transferring the call to another person's phone number, placing the call on hold, as well as conferencing or adding another person into the existing call. Note that the mid-call buttons available to you will vary with how your admin has programmed your profile and by phone model. Mid-call soft keys allow you to interact with a live call in specific ways that are displayed on screen. Soft key options available while on a call include placing a live call on hold, hanging up the call, or parking your call on someone else's extension. If that user has an available line, the call will be put on hold on one of their available phone lines. Also, when you have active calls on multiple lines of your phone, you can merge your current call with any of the other calls. To do this, press the Merge soft key or press the Conference button. If you're on more than 2 lines at once, merge the calls one at a time. Note that the displayed soft key options may appear differently when you use a phone that does not have an extension assigned to it. Unassigned phones display available or anonymous instead of a name and extension number. Your current availability state establishes routing for inbound calls and provides a visible indication to other users as to what your current availability is to answer an incoming call. For example, you may have availability states programmed so that when you are set to available, calls are routed to your phone, but when you are out of the office, inbound calls are routed directly to voicemail or your cell phone. On the black and white phone screen on the left, we see icons representing each user's availability state. On the color phone screen on the right, we see color-coded circles denoting each user's availability state. These are 2 different ways of denoting the same thing. Shoretel phones allow you to choose from a set of 6 availability states through a soft key labeled either State or Availability, depending on your phone model. You can also change your availability-based inbound call routing through the Shoretel Connect client, which we'll discuss in a bit, or an administrator can change it for you. Your Shoretel Connect administrator may have set up your phone with standard call routing options for each availability state. You can edit the call routing programming directly from your phone, from Shoretel Connect client, or again, your Shoretel Connect administrator can change them for you. Most of the non-available states result in calls being routed to voicemail by default. You may find this configuration appropriate for when you are out of the office, but you might prefer to have calls routed to someone else in your organization when you're on vacation, for example. To review or modify the call routing for any availability state, press the Options soft key or Function key, or if you have a 655 phone model, navigate to the User Options page under the Applications menu via the touchscreen. You will need to enter your voicemail password when prompted. Select Availability, press Edit, choose the state that you wish to edit, then press the Edit button again to make your changes to that state. For most availability states, you can choose whether inbound calls will never be forwarded, always be forwarded, or forwarded only if you are busy or if you don't answer the call within a certain number of rings. For any state that you can configure to forward calls, you can also specify a destination extension. Depending on how your Shoretel Connect administrator set up your profile, you may also be able to forward calls to external numbers, such as your cell phone number. If your administrator has set up your account with the ability to have inbound calls routed to multiple phones, the Simul Ring option allows you to specify the states in which these phones ring simultaneously. Finally, there are other more advanced phone options available that we didn't cover in this basic skills course. Access to these advanced options depend on your Shoretel Connect system configuration and on the permissions your Shoretel Connect administrator has assigned to your profile. These type of phone features include remote access, managing multiple calls and line appearances, using programmed phone buttons, calling into a conference bridge, simultaneous ringing, as well as call move, and logging into and out of Shoretel Connect workgroups. Your administrator should alert you if you have been given any of these permissions. By the way, you've probably noticed I reference your Shoretel admin fairly often. The takeaway here is that your Shoretel Connect phone system administrator can do just about anything for you except answer your calls. We will now move on to Lesson 2, Shoretel Connect Client Basics. In this lesson, you will observe how to install and log into Shoretel Connect Client, as well as use Shoretel Connect Client to manage your Shoretel IP phone calls, change your availability state, search the Shoretel Connect system directory, manage your voicemail, review your conversations and call history, and configure inbound call routing to suit your availability state. So what is Shoretel Connect Client? Specifically, it is a native application for Windows and Mac OS X. It is used to manage calls to and from your extension. Depending on permissions, you can also use it for instant messaging, screen sharing, video, or built-in soft phone. You can use Shoretel Connect Client to manage your voicemail, as well as access system directory and view your contacts and custom groups. You can also use it for conference management. And finally, depending on licenses and permissions, it also can have role-based features. Generally speaking, Using Shoretel Connect Client simplifies day-to-day communications. It streamlines your work, and it makes it easier to stay in the loop by putting intuitive, unified communication and collaboration tools right at your fingertips. Shoretel Connect Client for Windows also integrates with Microsoft Outlook to make any integration easy, fast, and clean. Shoretel Connect Client presents the same user interface on Windows and Mac OS X, with only a few minor differences. Installing Shoretel Connect Client is a simple and fairly straightforward process. If your administrator has not already installed Shoretel Connect Client on your computer, you will need to obtain this installation file from them. Your administrator may send you an email with a link to the Shoretel Connect Client installation webpage. This installation page includes a link to download the Shoretel Connect Client installer file. If you click the download link from a Windows system, you will download the windows.exe installation file. If you click the link from a Mac OS X system, you will download a Mac DMG file. For Windows, run setup.exe and follow the setup wizard prompts. For Mac OS X, double-click the DMG image and drag the Shoretel Connect Client icon to the Applications folder, as you can see there on the bottom right. Once you've installed it into your Applications folder, you may then place it in your dock or copy it to your desktop or anywhere else you may wish. Two very important notes. Do not install Shoretel Connect Client on any Shoretel Connect server or on any desktop computer running Shoretel Communicator, the previous iteration of this software. After installing, you can now launch Shoretel Connect Client by double-clicking the application icon in Windows or choose Shoretel Connect from the Windows Start menu. On Mac, double-click the Shoretel Connect icon in the Applications folder. Click on it in the dock or wherever else you may have copied it. Once launched, log into Shoretel Connect Client from a Mac or a Windows PC by using your Active Directory credentials. These credentials include your email address for cloud or user ID when logging into an on-site implementation, as well as your password. Once your proper credentials are entered, click Login. If Shoretel Connect Client doesn't accept your credentials initially, you may need to provide additional information, such as your Windows domain or server address. Your administrator can provide the relevant details for logging in. If the Shoretel Connect Client does not automatically prompt you for more details, you can provide additional login information in an advanced login dialog box. To invoke this in Windows, press Ctrl, Alt, and F12. On Mac, press Command, Function, and F12. The Shoretel Connect Client provides centralized controls and indicators to manage and monitor unified communications activity. If Shoretel Connect Client expands, which it often will, the dashboard will always remain on the leftmost side of the client. We're now going to cover the Shoretel Connect Client dashboard from the top down. At the top of the dashboard is a menu allowing you to access client settings and application info. Below that is a dial pad and also a quick dialer field, allowing you to dial a user directly from the client or search your company directory by typing part or all of a person's name, number, or extension. Below this is a colored box with a downward pointing arrow, displaying the color associated with your current availability state. Click this box to manage and change your availability state. To the right of this box is the name, availability state, and phone assignment of the user currently logged into this Shoretel Connect client. Presumably this is you. Below your name, you'll see three standard items: people, recent, and events, each of which you can click to expand the window and display relevant controls and indicators. Below these items, the dashboard may also display items of interest, such as conversations with other users and events you have joined. To dial a number from the search bar, first click inside the search bar on the Shoretel Connect Client dashboard. Enter the name or number that you wish to dial, and then press Enter. Your Shoretel phone will go off hook automatically, and your call will begin. When dialing from the search bar, you can also enter the first few letters of the contact, and the window will expand to display the names of all users with matching parts of their names. Double-click the contact you wish to call to open a new panel on the right, containing that contact's information. Click on that green call button to the top right to place a call from your desk phone. Either way, once your call is established, the dashboard displays information about the call in progress, including the name or number of the person you have called, as well as the length of the call. From this active call panel, You can also add additional media to your communications, depending on how your admin has configured your client permissions. To add instant messages, simply type messages in the text box at the bottom of the active call panel if IM is available. To share your screen with other Shoretel Connect client users, click the share icon, and so on. As a call comes into your extension, the dashboard displays a notification with options for managing the inbound call while your assigned phone rings. You can choose to answer the call, transfer it to voicemail, or forward the call to another extension. If you choose to answer the call, your phone will go off hook. The call will be established, and the caller's information will appear in an expanded panel to the right. Again, from this active call panel, you have additional call control options, such as muting your call, screen sharing, forwarding, and the like. Mid-call functions on your desk phone are available in Shoretel Connect Client as well, and the status of the inbound call will appear in the dashboard. In fact, you can think of it this way. Anything you can do on the phone, you can do in the client. The People panel lets you browse through your organization's system directory and initiate communications with directory members by double-clicking or right-clicking their name. People also provides access to personal contacts and groups that you've established yourself. There are two tabs, one for people and one for groups. A filter menu lets you select different ways of viewing contacts in the system directory. Choose All to display the entire system directory. Note that in this view, the client simply displays the contents of the system directory in alphabetical order. Availability state is not viewable in the All view. By default, Shoretel Connect Client includes only a Favorites group, to which you can add contacts simply by clicking the stars to the right of their names in the system directory view. If you look to the right of Manhattan Workgroup, you can see that there are stars there. When you choose Favorites from the People page's filter menu, the client displays each contact's color-coded availability state to the left of their names. Now, while the default groups are all in Favorites, you can also create your own custom groups that you can use to browse, call from, and monitor the availability state of contacts with whom you interact with frequently. To create a group, click on the Groups tab, and then click the New Group button on the bottom. The Shoretel Group detail page will then expand on the right. Enter your group name on the top. Here I've named it Shoretel University Staff. Enter the contacts you want to add under that group name. As you type, Shoretel Connect Client will search People and populate with any known contacts. You can also click and drag a contact from the directory panel. Click the Save Changes button to save. The new group then appears in the Groups tab. The dashboard's Recent feature allows you to look at your call history, as well as messages and voicemails, displaying inbound and outbound calls for both internal and external parties, all in one place. You can filter Recent by all or missed communications, as well as filter by communication type, including calls, voicemails, or instant messages. Finally, you can also choose to filter by flagged or deleted voicemails as well. You have many options when it comes to managing your voicemail. When you have a voicemail, Shoretel Connect Client will display this notification. Click the green voicemail icon to jump to the Recent page with the missed voicemail filter enabled. To listen to a voicemail, first click on the voicemail to expand it. Choose whether you would like to listen to your voicemail message on your phone or on the computer with the buttons to the right of the scrub bar, and then click the play button on the left. If you wish to listen to a specific part of the voicemail or want to jump around, use the scrub bar to click to different sections of the recording. Below this, you have delivery and response options, including replying, forwarding with a customizable subject, which looks like this, and deleting the message. Right-click on the voicemail message to access additional options, such as downloading the message to your computer as a WAV file or adding that caller to a group. Finally, you can customize voicemail playback and setup options in the Preferences window of Shoretel Connect Client. Anytime you open a panel for a user in your system directory, it will display the conversation history you have had with them. Conversations allow you to track communications with individual users and can include a history of all communication modes, calls, voicemails, and instant messages. You can filter the type of communications you wish to browse. Shoretel Connect Client will also display a conversation list of users with whom you are communicating with in the dashboard. When you are done, you can click the X on that conversation to remove it from the dashboard. While this will delete a conversation history, note that it does not delete your call history. Conversations also let you track a series of communications with groups of users, in addition to individuals. Conversation history can be maintained for a specific combination of users within your organization, independent of individual conversations with each party. Shoretel Connect Client automatically adjusts the availability status of users as they make and receive calls and manage IM sessions. Shoretel users can also manually set their availability status, as well as see the availability of other users before receiving or making calls and engaging in IM sessions. Colored icons identify the present status of a contact, as well as your own presence. The present state can be found on the dashboard, the contact card, in the Favorites or Groups views, and in Quick Dialer search results. Click on your name to open your profile panel. Here you can click Edit to import your LinkedIn picture. Nothing else is stored from your LinkedIn account, by the way. Below that is a link to your Preferences screen, where you will find many Shoretel Connect client settings. Below this, you will find options for primary extension assignment and conference bridge information. If you're logged into your desk phone and used the same credentials for your phone profile to log into Shoretel Connect Client, here you should see what's being displayed currently, that you are logged into your desk phone. Finally, you can log out of Shoretel Connect Client on the bottom of your profile panel. To modify your Shoretel Connect Client preferences, open the Preferences window from your profile panel, from the Shoretel Connect menu in Windows, where it is labeled as Settings, or from the Shoretel menu in Mac OS X. The Preferences page provides access to many user settings. These include account settings, such as how you log in, as well as basic and availability-based call routing, voicemail preferences, instant messaging, video, Outlook integration, notifications, desk phone and soft phone settings, and finally, telephony options. One item of note within Preferences is call routing. We saw how to set up call forwarding earlier on our phone. In Shoretel Connect Client, you have the ability to configure call routing for different circumstances using a wizard. Basic routing is for your available state. Call routing for all other availability states can be found in the Availability Routing tab. This routing programming goes into effect when you switch to that availability state, either on your phone or through Shoretel Connect Client. Notice that there are a number of change buttons, as well as a Start Wizard button. Start Wizard runs through the entire configuration wizard for each call routing state. The change buttons allow you to jump to specific steps within that wizard, allowing you to bypass steps that do not need to be edited. Your Shoretel Connect system may include conferencing and collaboration features, in which case you may receive invitations to schedule conferences. If your organization uses Microsoft Exchange and Outlook, you may see event invitations in the dashboard and in the Events panel. If you see an event in Shoretel Connect Client, you can click on it and will see a Join Meeting button that lets you attend the meeting in the Connect client itself, as well as hear the audio conference and view a presentation. You will also see other relevant details, such as the meeting's agenda, a list of attendees, and controls that let you interact with them. There is a full screen button there on the top right to better view the presentation within Shoretel Connect Client. If your organization does not use Microsoft Exchange, you may receive invitations by email instead. Invitation emails include information for attending the conference by phone, web browser, or both. When you join a conference with a supported web browser, it connects to the Shoretel Connect Conferencing for Web application, which presents many of the same options as Shoretel Connect Client. This is designed not only for customers who don't use Microsoft Exchange and Outlook, but also for participants outside of your organization, providing an experience very similar to conferencing within Shoretel Connect Client. Shoretel Connect Conferencing for Web also allows off-system users to collaborate with conferences hosted on Shoretel collaboration appliances. The first time you attend a Shoretel Connect conference, you may be prompted to install Shoretel Connect Presenter, a plugin that allows your web browser to provide screen sharing and, if your system is configured for it, soft phone capabilities. Features depend on Shoretel Connect configuration and your user permissions. Dependent features include instant messaging, conferencing, workgroups, soft phone, video, extension assignment to external numbers, remote access, and access to the workgroup call queue and agent monitors. Shoretel Connect platform configuration and licensing will affect features available to you in Shoretel Connect Client. These factors include how your system is configured, what user group permissions you have, how your Shoretel Connect user profile was programmed, whether there is an edge gateway or not in your system, and also what workgroup licenses your system has, if any. So now you've completed this module. So let's look at additional steps you may take to utilize what you've learned. Download the BR-002.01 Student Guide. Exercise your basic skills with a Shoretel IP phone. Also exercise your basic skills with the Shoretel Connect client. It is highly recommended you use these two together. Please complete your course evaluation when you're ready. Once you've completed your evaluation, you'll be able to take the certification exam for this course. Thank you very much for watching. Happy learning!